Do you want to DJ in Tokyo? Then keep watching this video because I'm going to give you my best tips on how you can DJ in this amazing city. Alright, so first couple tips. One, obviously you need to be in Japan. I know that's obvious, I've talked about this before, but a lot of people will like start sending DMs and messages to clubs and promoters before they're even in the country. The thing is, you need to have a visa. And there are no DJ related visas unless you're trying to get a performance visa, but the performance visa only allows you to play in Japan once or twice. So you want something where you can stay in Japan. So you need a real job. Now, what kind of job you get, that's a bit tricky, but basically you're probably going to need to have some kind of degree, depending on what country you're from. Okay, step 2. Now, before you start talking to clubs, promoters, you need to make sure your socials are on point. You need to have your Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is, whatever platform you enjoy, to make sure that that is updated and looking sharp, because promoters, DJs, and nightclubs will definitely look at that first more than check your DJ mix or anything else. Step 3, you need to go out all the time, especially on the weekdays, not the weekends, the weekdays. Why the weekdays? Because it's way less busy and much easier to find the promoters and DJs that you need to talk to that can get you to play in that nightclub. One mistake I see a lot of foreigners do when they come to Japan trying to get gigs is they'll start hitting up clubs on their social media or whatever, but the truth is they're never even going to see it. So you got to get in there and start talking to the promoters that are at the club on the night. Keep watching because I'm going to explain what exactly you need to say to those promoters and DJs and how to navigate the unique parts of Japanese culture that are deep rooted in the DJ scene out here. Alright, tonight is a big night. I am playing at one of the best nightclubs in Japan, ZOUK Tokyo. Let's go. So Ginza has been cranking it up lately. There are 2 amazing nightclubs out here. You got Ray's Tokyo, you got ZOUK Tokyo. Not too far apart, both very elevated nightclubs, and it's cool to see Ginza killing it right now. So this here is a popular drinking street in Ginza. It's Friday night as well, so people after work were coming out with their co-workers and getting some drinks.
It's actually kind of like a famous Nampa place.
It's a famous Nampa place?
Yeah.
And Nampa, for those who don't know, it's basically hitting on girls, I guess, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any, I don't know if there's any other different way to describe it. It's typically men hitting on girls.
But this place in particular, women are looking for like a rich salaryman.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
Okay. Well, there you go. Now you know. I didn't know that. There we go. See, I'm usually just in the club, so I'm the kind of the kind of Nampa I see with just scrubs, you know, no girls.
Wow, it's quite good tonight.
So what's interesting about Ginza is Saturdays are a bit slow, not super slow, but Fridays are popping when people are coming out of work and going straight to the bars, some of the clubs. It's the vibe. So tip number 4. Being a foreigner and a DJ in Japan can be both good and bad. It can be quite tricky, but it can also be to your advantage. And when I say to your advantage, it's basically most nightclubs want foreign guests. So if you can bring foreign customers when you DJ, they're super interested in that. But also navigating who to talk to and understanding who's in charge and the whole like Japanese hierarchy can be really tricky with nightclubs. And that leads to tip number 5. So tip number 5, when I speak about the hierarchy, I'm talking about the kohai and senpai system. In every nightclub, there's always going to be a kohai, the student, the lower level staff basically, and the senpai, the person above them. And it's really old school, but it's really entrenched into the DJ system here. So the important part is you need to figure out who to talk to. Sometimes talking to the higher up senpai is not the way to go when you're trying to get into a club you want to play. Sometimes it helps to talk to the kohais and let the kohais bring it up to the senpai. You can talk straight to the senpai if they're cool and they're like really friendly, but most of the old school clubs here are not that way. You gotta kind of talk to the kohais and work your way up. Tip number 6. This is what you need to say to clubs when you go and visit them. First, you need to figure out who to talk to. The best way to do that is get on Instagram, check the club's flyers, see who the main DJs are, who's playing that night. Go on a weekday, talk to the opening DJs, and just be friendly with them. Hit them up on Instagram. Say you need some guest lists, and they'll usually hook you up. When you go there, get friendly with those people. Try and figure out who's running the show. Try and figure out who the top promoter is, the top DJ while you're there. You know, grab some shots, buy some drinks for people. And what's really important, what you say to these people, is that you tell them that you would love to play at this club, play for free. I know that's a bit taboo, but you should probably play for free at the beginning. And say you're gonna bring 10 guests. This is really important. You need to say you're gonna bring 10. And you're cool with opening or whatever. If you do this, there's no reason for the nightclub to say no to you. They're gonna be like, okay, oh, this guy's gonna bring customers. This is amazing. So these are things you can say. You know, it's not always gonna work, but if you go to enough clubs, you go out enough, you will have a gig in Tokyo or anywhere in Japan very quickly, as long as you're talking to the right people, Kohai level people. All right, so those are my key tips, but keep watching because I'm going to tell you my experience and how I actually started getting my earliest gigs out here in Tokyo, Japan. But for now, time to go DJ at ZOUK Tokyo. Let's go.
What you did to me.
So I'm here with DJ Gosh, an absolute legend out here in Tokyo. He's been out here about as long as me, crushing it, and he is now a resident DJ at ZOUK Tokyo. Insane. Now I want to ask you, how did you get your start in Tokyo as a DJ?
You know, it's a lot of people, DJs, who think the hard skills is enough to take your spot in the venues, to play like festivals and stuff. But everybody forgot about soft skills. How you look, how you smell, how you talk to people.
How you smell?
I smell very good. You smell good. Yeah, yes. Everybody can DJ now, especially software, hardware is very easy. But you need to know how to connect to people, how to talk to them, and after that, maybe they will connect you to the people who will bring you a spot in some venues.
So a lot of at the beginning for you, it was about networking, and you say the soft skills.
Yes, yes.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's I never heard that expression before. The hard skills and the soft skills. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you've always had good relationships with the nightclubs.
Yes.
I feel like my relationship with clubs have been off and on. You know, rocky. But you've always had great relationships with, especially with the Japanese nightclubs.
Yes.
Which is a bit unique.
Yes.
For me, it's always been a bit challenging navigating it. I've always kind of been an outsider. And maybe you feel that too, but I feel like you've integrated better.
Yes, it's all about how you can speak to people. That's it. I think your gratitude is the must-have skill that will put you to some spots in the big venues.
So be humble. There we go.
Yes, be humble.
All right, Gosh, thank you so much. We're gonna get some clips of you DJing as well.
Yes,
so
sure.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was like it's pretty crowded, right?
Yeah, it was a good night, man.
The energy was on point.
It was banging.
Yeah. Getting back to the point. So, how did you start DJing in Japan?
For me, you know, I came to Tokyo as a trance music producer. I was teaching English. That's how I got my visa.
Okay.
But you know, I came and I went out every night. I was living in Chiba, actually, and I was going out every night. If you know, Chiba is the prefecture next to Tokyo.
Yeah.
And I was taking the train to Shibuya. That's where most of the clubs I wanted to play at were.
It takes an hour or so, right?
About an hour.
Yeah.
Every night. So I was going out. But I mean, that would mean I leave at like 11 p.m. and I'd arrive midnight. But I was going out every night, connecting with the club promoters. And even those days we had CDs and we had business cards, but that was the vibe. I was going out and connecting, and I could have connected with them through Mixi or MySpace or whatever, but that really ages me.
Good old day.
But, anyway, so I'd go and I'd connect with them there. And I'd go out all the time. And I just do exactly what I've already said. I said, hey, I can bring people. Hey, I'm a great DJ. And what they do, they put me at an opening slot or closing slot. No money. It sucked initially. But I was happy to be able to get in there. And that was really the beginning for me. Then it just, once you get in, it just keeps on going. It keeps on going. And you'll get all kinds of different offers. And if you keep bringing people, you have a great attitude. And nowadays, if you have a great profile, content, vibe, whatever that is, you got to add a little extra to your DJing. Just as Gosh says, you need to have a little bit more, either be friendly or have something else to it. You will go very far, very quickly. It will be challenging. It's quite challenging, but you can go very far in the Tokyo scene as a DJ.
Any like turning points?
Any turning points?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta make music. You gotta make music. Actually, but you can work at a club as a resident DJ and do very well. It's a different skill, to play for the crowd every night of the week. That's a completely different skill. I'm a music producer, so I'm making music. That's really my focus. And when I DJ, I want to play out my music. I want to show people what I'm making. So there's a different vibe when I DJ. But these days, you really need to have something extra. And there's a lot of different things you could do. I mean, you could make content on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. You need to have that, or you need to be making awesome music. It needs to be awesome and it needs to be doing really well. That's obviously a whole other ball game, very challenging. Maybe I'll do another video about that. But, or you just have something else going on. Maybe you're a model, maybe you're an actor, maybe you're doing something really cool. But you need to have something extra. Because if you're only a DJ, it's really tough. And with AI and the way DJ software is now, the way it will be, DJing is only going to get much easier. So you need to have something extra. That's really important.
For you to stand out.
In Tokyo or anywhere else in the world, honestly. All right, if this video was helpful for you, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, and if you have any questions about DJing in Tokyo or Japan, leave it down in the comments. I'll try to reply. Until next time, be out.